And boom! There it is.
There it is.
There it is. We're live and amplified.
There he is. Right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Mel, Dark Side of the Grill. If you're not following him on Instagram, what are you doing? If you're not following him on Facebook or YouTube, how are you seeing this? So chances are you follow him. If not, follow him. If you're not following me, the hell, follow me at Titletown Griller. Get there. Chris Shem.
Titletown Griller.
Yes, sir. It's Tuesday.
Follow that guy.
It's Tuesday.
No, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Taco Tuesday in some respects.
Oh.
It's some people do Tri-Tip Tuesday or Tomahawk Tuesday. It's all good. It's Tuesday. It's
right.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's been a long week already. It's Tuesday. But making progress. Oh man.
Yep.
Did we do some grilling this past weekend? Ooh.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about it, buddy. Did you have fun with your friends? Did you miss it?
I did. First time I've seen my buddy Ty in 13 months, and then my other buddies haven't seen them since October of 2019.
Oh, hey.
It got canceled. It's crazy. So, yeah, it was something that we definitely appreciated.
Nice. But,
hey, we got a captain hanging out with us tonight, don't we?
We do. Ladies and gentlemen, we have somebody special tonight. We have Captn Ron, hailing from Florida.
That's right.
I hope we can hear him from all the spring breakers that are going on down there, doing horrible things that Florida people like to do, but that's okay. I love Florida, and I can't wait to get down there. I hope that they let me down there soon.
Right.
We should probably bring him up to defend himself, but I don't know. It's meanwhile, local man in Florida is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, I got to find out. It might be his curfew already.
Do they have curfews?
Miami had a curfew.
No. Miami. Why? Too much dancing and good food?
Too much spring breakers.
It's not the Florida people. It's the spring breakers from out of town. It's mostly Canadians and Wisconsin.
Canadians all hopped up on goofballs, doing crazy things in the beaches, and that's I believe that.
Yeah,
I could see that. I could definitely see that. There was a movie actually called Spring Breakers, I think.
Yeah.
And what was his name? That actor. Oh, I can never remember his name, but he's a very, very funny. I won't remember, but he had cornrows. He had cornrows and a grill, and his name was Alien. And I was like, that's it. That's the guy I want to be when I grow up. I want to be Alien. That's it. That's
You're working.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the wife told me we draw the line at the grill. I've like priced them out. You've been looking at them, and she's like, absolutely not. We are not going to do. No, there's no. So,
how do I see the comment?
That's that little line that you can't cross. Mullet's okay. The pit vipers are good. The grill.
Right. Daddy Dutch, yes it is. It's Mr. Ron. Captn Ron's in the house. Everybody. In the his out. There you go.
Yes.
Daddy Dutch.
And that's why I love Daddy Dutch right there.
He's a sweetheart. Oh, look at this. We got Ross Welch.
Oh, boy.
Sneaking in there. There you go. Hey, Ross, how you doing?
There goes the neighborhood.
He's got a beautiful kitchen he just finished up. It was very nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How do I see the chat?
I don't know.
All the way to the right if you go to comments.
Oh, I think I have to turn like this. Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Nobody wants
He's going. Yep.
Can you hear me now?
I can still hear you. We're doing
Ron,
fantastic.
How's the weather down where you are? Has it been beautiful?
It is beautiful, man. It really is. Let me see. What's the temperature right now? It is checking in at a balmy 72 degrees right now.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Jeez. We got hot tubs colder than that up here.
Yeah, it's tough. Somebody's got to do it, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
That's fantastic. Uh-oh.
What did he do? I see him pressing crazy buttons now.
Yeah.
I can't see the chat.
Oh, yeah. This past weekend, getting ready for the NCAA tournament. It's my favorite event of the year. It's actually my favorite sporting event. I prefer that over the Super Bowl. Just all the games and everything that we get to watch, and the upsets, and then the food. We had the grill going this weekend at Ty's house.
That's awesome.
We had a 7-pound ribeye roll that we cut into giant ribeyes.
Oh, nice.
Had burnt ends. He had a whole brisket point that he froze, and then we warmed it up in the sous vide and then made burnt ends with.
Oh, nice.
Burnt end breakfast burritos and wings. It was and then nachos, Wagyu nachos when I returned home too. I mean, it's been great. I needed to have a salad.
Oh, I love weekends that end like that. That's my favorite. Yeah.
What about you guys? What did you guys have growing up this weekend?
Man, I did a beer can chicken. I haven't done a beer can chicken in about forever. I mean, like forever. And I don't know why, man. It was so damn good. I mean, it was so damn good. I've been on the spatchcock train for a while, but man, oh man, that thing was just unbelievable. Juicy, like you can't believe.
What'd you season that bad boy with? I saw it on the Harley.
Yeah, I did. I used the PS Seasonings Cockadoodle Brew.
Okay.
We got all kinds of fun words going tonight. Spatchcocked, and then I used the Cockadoodle Brew on there.
Yep.
So
It
was a real
21 and up, ladies and gentlemen. 21 and up.
It was the real wiener of a dinner.
Yeah, that's
wiener chicken dinner.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. That's I got to check them PK seasonings out, or the PS seasonings. Yeah.
Good stuff. Chris was just there. You were actually there the other day, weren't you, Chris?
Yeah, they're only about an hour and a half from my house, and actually it's on the way to when I visit Ty.
Oh, nice.
So it only ended up being like 2 blocks away, like out of our way. So it was great. We went there, checked them out, got to try some of the sauces that they're going to be releasing next month, some of the seasonings that they don't even have packaging for. We were trying out with Spoon. So they got some cool things coming out that I'm pretty excited about.
Really nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun and everything. You know, I love working with these local companies like this, and it's just cool to have something like that that's only an hour and a half away from me. And the other cool thing is a lot of what they do isn't their own seasonings. It's a lot of the meat casings and mixes for butcher shops. Up here in Wisconsin, we have so many butcher shops and meat processing places that'll either process their own venison and sell them as snack sticks, or they with the hunters, they'll drop off their deer, they process this for them and make snack sticks, sausage, andouille sausage, that kind of stuff out of the venison, and they supply a lot of the seasoning mix and casings for that. So that's kind of
that's really cool. I'd like to check that out. That's one thing I've never ventured into is sausage making. I'd like to learn how to do some sausage making.
Yeah, me too. I have some of the stuff to do it. I just haven't done it. I anticipated doing it, but then COVID hit, and of course I kind of see that as a 2-man job where you need more than one person to help with that. So I've been waiting to get together with my dad to do that.
Yeah. So I, of course, got the KitchenAid, so I went out and bought the sausage stuffer, the meat grinder, and everything like that, and it has sat in the cabinet, not used since the day I bought it. But man, I had to have it that day. I had to go right out to the store and buy it all.
Yep. You've done a lot of that, Mel.
Yeah, I've got like a whole miniature butcher shop. I've got I think it's a 7-gallon meat mixer that hooks up to a gearbox, which is also the gearbox for the grinder. And then I have the huge sausage press. And yeah, there's jerky slice. They all got all them things. The problem is that Mel doesn't like to do dishes. And it's a lot of fun making sausages, but then there's dishes. And yeah, when the wife walks into the kitchen and everything is stainless and parts and screws and packers and like there's just parts everywhere and there's little bits of meat and she's looking at me like, what? You want me to do that? Like, are you kidding? And I'm
like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. I made some. I gotta go smoke them now. I gotta go. That's yeah.
You got this, right?
Yeah. That's So it's a tough gig making the old sausages. It's a
So it's one of those things when you do it, you do it. I mean, you know, like if you're gonna wash the dishes and clean everything, take everything apart, you're gonna put in the effort to. You don't do it for 10 sausages. You do it.
Well, this
for
is
50 pounds.
Yeah.
No joke. I've been eyeing up that KitchenAid grinder, thinking that it would be a lot easier than pulling out my one horse, right? But then that's just my brain tricking me into thinking there's less parts, but there isn't. Because the whole head comes off of the grinder anyway, right? It's just plastic or maybe a bit smaller. But I don't know. My brain always tricks me into like buying extra stuff that I don't need, thinking it'd be easier, but then it's just more stuff to clean.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah, it's so weird. That's like the last thing. If I had that buy stuff on TV channel, I don't think we do that in Canada, but I've seen that can get out of hand quite quickly.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure they would make shows just for me.
Yeah.
It would be like, okay, and I see that Mel's on again, so let's run all of the weird stuff that we couldn't really get rid of before. Like it'd be.
It's just nice to have gadgets.
Chris, you just gave us a new income opportunity. We can make our own QV CBQ or something like that, you know?
Yeah. yep, and just for Canada too.
That's right. So, hey, you know, so first off, let me say something real quick, change subject for a second there. I just want to thank you guys for having me on, man. I really appreciate it. It's very cool. And about 13 minutes after Mel asked me to be on, my tooth broke. So I went to the dentist. She's like, oh, yeah, we can get you all taken care of. So I'm like three-quarters of the way through an implant, you know? So she's like, oh, yeah, you're ready for the last step. No problem. I was like, all right, cool. I said, because, you know, I make videos, do all this stuff, and I have to have a tooth. She's like, oh, yeah, no problem. So we get all done. She's like, all right, take care. I'm like, well, you're going to put the temporary in? She's like, oh, no, that won't be for 2 weeks. I'm like, I have to go like this for 2 weeks. I have to live like this for 2 weeks. Like, yeah, sorry about that. I was like, well, at least I just committed to be on the world's biggest YouTube channel, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is perfect. That is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not so conscious about it at all.
No.
So, you know,
no, that's how it. Yeah, I was gonna say you got lucky with this pandemic. Yeah.
Right. Put the mask on and you're fine. No
problem at all. No problem at all.
That's
weeks without people knowing.
That's what I tell my foreman every time. He's like, "Do I smell vodka?" I'm like, "No, I just sanitized my hands again." Every time he comes near me, I'm like, "Oh, geez, this place is dirty." Let's
That's nice. Funny. That is funny.
Yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time. So there you go. Yeah. So for me, I had a lot of fun this weekend. I fired up the old stick burner for the first time. We did the burn in, did the great big fire in the hole. Wait until that gets there. But yeah, we ran her up to about 400 and just burnt that grease right in there. I had a nice concoction of brisket grease. I had some duck fat, did some stuff like that, and then I also did just the old canola, right? Finish it off. But she's perfectly seasoned now, perfectly seasoned. And then I did brisket, pork butts, Texas hot links, and then chicken thighs.
Nice.
And I did the magic trick where I bought like a massive pack of chicken thighs, and I just put one here, one here, one here, one here, and just figure out how it cooks, right? As it better to do it with a chicken thigh than a brisket and find out like, oof, that's a hot spot, right? So,
hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, the big question is do you have a name for your smoker?
Maybe.
Okay. It's just not ready yet?
Not ready yet. I'm not totally sold on it. It's everything about it makes it sold, but I don't know if I feel it yet.
I know.
And that's the thing.
I know what it is. Can I tell them?
No.
He named it Ron.
Yeah. I named it Watermelon Pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
Portfolio. What are you talking about there?
Yeah.
I get all inventive. You pour some beer on a corn and get like world records of follows. We're gonna have this conversation.
You just call Watermelon Pizza inventive.
Well, what?
Ooh, I'm glad I'm in between you two.
Hello, is this thing on? Hello.
Yeah. How can I F this fruit up? Feta? Okay.
Look, I'm just looking at myself. I look like a typical Florida hillbilly right here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I love it. I absolutely.
Yeah,
I wish you had suspenders on.
Dude,
It'd be perfect.
you totally made my day when you made up that thumbnail for this thing, and you guys both missed. Dude, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
You wouldn't believe how many people message me. They're like, somebody screwed up your editing there. Or someone. I'm like, just don't worry about it.
You'll see.
it'll all make sense.
I think it was TJ Canner, or maybe I think my dad. I'm not sure. One of them was like, well, maybe we'll find out what the hell that stuff is in their teeth on that picture. I'm like, I know what it is. You want to see?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, we just don't want you to feel left out.
Yeah, I know, man. You guys are the best.
Yeah. No, I was gonna come on with my black eye, but Lisa put the makeup back on, so we're okay.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a good time. Yeah, I don't know. I had a good weekend. Did some cooking. I did a beautiful ribeye and some BC spot prawns, and I did some U10 scallops with salmon roll.
Nice.
Oh, the salmon roll. Let me tell you about that salmon roll. I forgot how good it is. Just eating I couldn't help it. Just
Never had it.
oh, it's
Is it fishy tasting?
it is fishy tasting, and it's also kind of savory, like a really good soy sauce back end, but in like a fish egg.
Oh,
But not salty. That's the thing. It's like a fresh salty, not a heavy salty.
Okay.
It's
so it's fishy tasting, and then it stays with you.
yeah, no, it's nice. It's my kid was eating them like little jelly beans. She's like, these are fantastic. I'm like, yeah, you're mine. You're for sure mine.
No doubt.
Oh.
The wife is like, like just get it out of here, and I'm like, yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
One day I'm gonna like sneak a picture of her face when I'm eating kimchi, because she makes like the worst face I've ever seen in my life. When I'm sitting there, she's like, apparently, because I like the real funky stuff, when I take the lid off, the whole room, I guess, takes on a bit of an ambiance, right?
Okay.
And here I'm like, I can't help it. It's so good. Oh,
That's funny.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm it's weird because I love fishing. I love outdoor stuff and like that. I'm just not a big fish eater. So if it has the slightest little hint of like that fishy flavor to it, man, I'm out. I'm out. Like I'll go to a different table. You guys just finish eating. Go ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's one thing I can't do, man. If it's fishy.
So no sushi then, for sure?
It depends. Some of it I like.
Okay.
Like I'll delve into tuna, occasionally eel or something like that. But if I got something that's even a little bit fishy, no thanks.
No.
Here, Lynn, it's all yours.
Yeah. I mean, obviously up in Wisconsin this time of year, that's huge with us. Every Friday the big thing is fish fry. They always have. All of our supper clubs have it. Actually, I think I'm going to do one myself out of my patio this Friday. I found a bunch of bluegill and perch fillets in my freezer, so I think it's time to cook those up. But yeah, I mean, it's huge, and especially fried. I mean, I love it fried, but I love anything fish, any type of fish. I'll try, and I think it's because Mel and I were talking about this. Is we're so landlocked.
Yeah.
We're about as far away that you can get from the ocean as physically possible. Yes, we have a ton of lakes, so I can get a lot of like lake perch, northern walleye, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think it's because it's so far away from everything we're used to. That's what we want.
Yeah.
I get so weird that when I'm at like the grocery store and they have live oysters, I will scoop one up and smell it because I just miss the coast smell so bad that I'm hoping they're still fresh enough. They have a bit of that. Just
So now there's one that I've never liked. I've never liked like raw oysters. I don't even think I ever got to taste them because I just can't get past the texture. It's just like, it's just not for me, man. But we did those oysters, cooked them with the flambado and the beef fat.
oh yeah,
Good, man. They were really good. I only had a dozen of them. We were like, I had to beat Caitlin out of the backyard and be like, "Get out of here, kid! I want to eat a couple of these things too." They were really good like that. I think what it did, it just firmed them up just enough where it didn't have that super slimy kind of texture.
Yep.
Man, put a little bit of seasoning on them. I couldn't believe it. We made a Fogo video for it. I'm like, okay, so here it goes.
Yeah.
You know? But and I was like, holy crap. I mean, like my reaction was real. It was like, holy crap, I can't believe I actually, not only am I just putting up with it, but I'm actually enjoying it. You know, that was pretty cool. So I'm not, you know, one thing I've realized is that because I never liked it before, it doesn't mean I'm not going to like it now.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And, you know, and to your point too, I love just cooking the oysters on the grill itself too, you know, in the half shell where it just sits in kind of that briny juice. You'll see it kind of plump up. And then you can add butter, you can add lemon, you can add. If I'm loading up an oyster, I do like to add some sort of horseradish too. You know, I want something that's gonna clean out those nasal passages a little bit, whether it's really strong, like St. Elmo's Fire cocktail sauce, or just a whole bunch of horseradish itself and some lemon. It is pretty awesome.
You know what I thought might have been good on them was some wasabi. I bet like wasabi from.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I bet that'd be really good on an oyster, just like that.
You could probably do some soy and wasabi, or even you know, some samba olek to give it a little bit of heat too. That would be that'd be pretty good too. I might have to try that.
I was impressed. So I'm now I'm on a mission. I want to try clams again. I've gone back to scallops. We got scallops. It's funny. We grew up catching all this stuff. We go out. My dad would take us out on the boat. We go catch scallops. We catch lobsters and we catch clams and all that shit. I never ate any of it. Never ate any of it. You know. Now I'm like, oh my god, this shit I've been missing out on my whole life. 21 up. You know. So, man.
Well, that's honestly, if I had to say one of the best things I've ever had in my life was a scallop straight out of the shell.
Yeah.
Onto a cast iron, which it was already red hot. And it was literally like, and boom, right in my mouth. No butter, no salt, no nothing. And it was like fresh, stuck on the rock, cracked up into the frying pan, man. It was like because we had a propane stove on the boat.
Nice.
And it was just like hot, and people were coming up and things were going on, and just literally out of the bag into the grill onto the tongue, and just I can't even explain it. It's
that's cool. You know what I think turned me scallops when I was a kid is we'd sit up there on a boat, like I was really young. We'd sit up there on a boat. My dad would come in with a bag full of scallops, you know. He'd just like open one up and he'd be like, "Here, take it," you know, and I just eat it just raw like that. And I just remember it wiggling as it went down my throat. I was like, "No, I'm out. Nope, that's it. Nope, never again." You know.
No. You know, and properly cooked, properly prepared, I would put scallops right up there with lobster.
Yeah.
You know, as far as some of our favorite food, you know, a nice buttery scallop. I might even put a head of a lobster. Tail. You know, I might take, you know, give me 5-6 big scallops instead of a tail, because they're so fantastic. As long as they're cooked correctly, you know, not too rubbery, but you got that nice crust and you can still taste the scallop and the butter. Oh my goodness.
The first time I big ones and I cooked them right, and I cut the pan screaming hot, just a little bit of butter and super dry scallops, and just boom and got that nice crust up. When I had it like that, I was like, holy crap, this is like an entirely different thing. This is not even a scallop from what I knew as scallops, you know. Just wow, man. I mean, like, whoa, hey, you know. So that's what I've realized in the last couple of years. I got to try everything again that I didn't like before, because my uncle used to say when we were growing up, he's like, "Oh, you don't like onions? Don't worry, they'll change the flavor as you get older," you know. And I think that's what happened to me on a lot of stuff. They changed the flavor of some of this stuff, you know. Really good. But you know what they say about oysters? You know what they do to you, right? Supposedly.
Well, that's what Jared just said that like 32 times there.
I can't see the chat.
Oh, you can't?
No.
No. Well, there you go. I don't know why. I'm not on your computer, so I can't.
Well, can you come on over here? And,
I would love to.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
So what I got smart. I put the chat on my phone now.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, they're fantastic. That's yes, I'm a huge fan of grilled seafood. Flame seafood is amazing.
Yeah.
I think another thing, an aha moment for me, was as a child, everything was cooked. And as soon as I kind of took control, I learned how to not cook things.
Yeah.
Or cook things way less.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a neat thing for me. Like, I notice a lot of people that chat with me and message me, a lot of them are from South America. And they prefer to cook their meat a fair bit more than we do.
Yeah.
just it's all over the fire. It's all over charcoal. They're doing amazing things with it, but they prefer to like, medium rare or more cooked. And I just it's really neat because I know I've had quite a bit of their meat from Argentina. And it's fantastic rare. Like why wouldn't you? I don't know, but I think it's a cultural thing. It's
yeah. Well, stick with me on this one because here in South Florida, we are like South America. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have an extremely large South American population here, and what do you call it? Churrascarias and Brazilian steakhouses. They're all over the place. They're all over the place. Picanha is just like it's like going into the store and buying a sirloin, buying a ribeye. I mean, it's in every store here. So, but yeah, and the first time I had that cooked properly, I was like, holy crap, that's how it's supposed to be cooked. Really good. And it's amazing because you wouldn't think that different places have different kinds of meat preparation that could make it so different, but man, it really does.
Yeah, that's like having a strip loin at a Japanese restaurant done on the grill, right? They do flat top as opposed to the yakitori.
Yeah,
it's the exact same steak that you'd barbecue. It's the exact same steak that you'd dry brine and then hop on there, but just because it's on the flat top and they've done something different with it, it's a different steak. It's a totally different steak.
Exactly.
Crazy. Love it.
Sweat. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's crazy how different parts. I mean, I can't find a picanha in the butcher cases up here, but you can find sirloin steaks everywhere. A lot of places will trim off the fat cap and cut them into strip steaks, and that's what they sell them as is sirloin strip steaks.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me, not the last time, but the time before when we were in Invermere.
Yes, I remember you sending me those pictures.
Yeah, I walked past the meat counter and I looked down and they have sirloins. And I'm like, that is a top sirloin. Cap, that's a freaking picanha with no fat on it. They cut the fat completely off. So right away I run over to the dude and I'm like, man, do these come like this? He's like, no, we got to cut a ton of the fat off. It's actually like, do we lose and I look over and he's got like a mound of picanhas and he's cutting them into slices and then trimming all the fat off them. I'm like, can I buy 5 or 6 of those just whole? And I ended up paying like $9 a picanha or $12 a picanha. It was crazy how cheap it was. And he gave me a discount because of the fat. And I was like, well, I'm going to take it, but like, you don't know what you're doing. Bye. Like that's
big there says picanha is the prime rib of meat. Yeah.
Yeah. They actually call it the queen of beef, right? The queen of steak.
Yeah.
The ribeye is king and the picanha is queen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. That's it.
We just did one out here on the Art Flame Rotisserie, and Salty Tales channel is he is here on YouTube. He's got a real big YouTube, but he came over and he was doing the camera work and everything like that, and he showed me how to do it. And we salted the hell out of the outside of that picanha. I mean, like, I was like, holy crap. I was like, that's going to be way too salty. But he said, as soon as we took it off the rotisserie, he just started tapping it with the knife and just knocked most of that stuff off. Man, oh man, let me tell you something. At first I was like, what are you doing, man? This is going to ruin this meat. It's going to be way too salty. No. It was so good, so man, that was so good. But when you were telling that story, my stomach was going in knots about cutting all that fat off of that meat. Like, no, please, no, don't do that.
It's we got a local.
Being a place like that, they probably took the fat and just threw it away too. Not something that they turned into their own sausage and their own mix. And,
Yeah.
Well, Chris, you guys got to have pretty good local beef up there too, no? Right?
We do. Yeah, we have some local beef farms. Actually, there is some local even Wagyu farms up here.
Yeah.
That are up and coming. But yeah, there's a lot of good local beef. There's a lot of good butcher shops. But again, stuff like tri-tip, stuff like picanha, it's very, very difficult to find.
Yeah. What's your guys' take on tri-tip? Are you really that crazy about like a reverse sear grilled tri-tip? Are you like really nuts over it?
I think it's a fantastic meal to have when we sit down with like a bigger group of people. I think there's a lot of people that would cook correctly, that really kind of blows people away, especially if they're used to their idea of steak as a ribeye that you slice and eat like that.
Yeah.
So you pull the tri-tip and you slice that thinly, and they see how actually tender that can be when cooked properly.
Yeah.
I really like it. I tend to use tri-tip as more of a vehicle for stuff. Like I love tri-tip as you can make sandwiches, you can make crostinis, you can add chimichurri, you can add a horseradish sauce. I think tri-tip is a great kind of vehicle steak too.
Yeah, I'm just not that crazy for just going out and say like reverse searing a tri-tip. I'm like, it's okay, but I think like you said, if I sliced it super thin and made a killer roast beef sandwich out of it, I think that's how I would like tri-tip. But if you've never tried this, smoke one, cook it just like a brisket. Cook your tri-tip just like a brisket. Same temperature parameters, same everything. Wrap it at the 165-ish and stuff like that. Killer, man. I mean, like as good or better than brisket. I'll tell you that. And half the time.
Whoa.
Yeah. No. Hey, I'll go on record. I'll go on record, eh?
Well, now I have to try that. We eat maybe 3 or 4 tri-tips a year. We're not huge tri-tip fans. They're good. Don't get me wrong. Cooked properly, right? I did one with that black gold, the Sasquatch rub. Mm-hmm. It was phenomenal with the black truffle charcoal. And just the presentation of it was beautiful, but it tasted super juicy. And then like Chris said, with the horseradish, right?
Yeah.
I'm huge fan of the tri-tip with the horseradish. Super beefy, nice compliments, but still it's like a kind of strange roast. Yeah. Doesn't have a ton of place in the meal segments for us. I'd rather do like the Chateaubriand off of a whole loin or something.
Yeah.
Because that gravy is a hit every time. It's like fork cutting. You can cut it with a fork.
Sure. People get freaked out that you can make gravy off of something you cook on the egg. I'm like, just put a pan of broth underneath your meat and put some onions in it halfway through, and then you can make a killer gravy out of it. The only thing sometimes my gravy gets a little bit too smoky, but man, I love making a gravy out of my drippings and everything. Man.
Oh yeah, no, that was my mom's trick way back in the day. Always put it on a grate. Always save the dripping, save the gristle, save the
That's who taught me too. That's who taught me. And we eat meatloaf with a brown gravy. My mom always made meatloaf with brown gravy. Yeah. It's killer, man. It's killer.
Well, when I was a kid, we had to have gravy because Dad overcooked everything, and that was the vehicle to get it down your throat.
Gotcha.
Without it, it just wouldn't work. So you had to have that lubrication just to get it down the gullet. It was
condition the leather before it went down.
That's it. Yeah, just
the brown gravy with the meatloaf is something I've just been doing over the past year and a half. And it's been great because, that was one thing that my wife never really liked about meatloaf is when you had like just the ketchup that was caked onto it and turned into like a paste. Yeah. Once we switched to that brown gravy, it made a big difference as far as, her being able to like it. So for me, I'm like, that's kind of a comfort food. I love just mashed potatoes, a couple of big slices of meatloaf, and gravy over all of it. That's just
I feel like you're hitting on me right now. That sounds so good right
now. Yeah. That's us with the cottage pie. Something about that cottage pie with a good half-inch layer of cheddar cheese on the top that's just baked right to it. Oh.
So walk me through your cottage pie.
So up here, ground lamb is very hard to find.
Uh-huh.
It's not very common at all, so you end up with a beef, always with the ground beef, so that's a cottage pie, right? Yeah. It would be a shepherd's pie if it had lamb.
Okay.
So that's your traditional shepherd's pie has lamb because the lamb is the shepherd's.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like we're reading the Bible.
No, it's a weird. So I work with a lot of people from England, and they take this stuff quite seriously. Yeah, you made a shepherd's pie. You put beef in it? Yeah, you're an idiot. So, okay, thank you.
You don't want to make that mistake. They take it personally.
Yeah, way to call a spade there, right? Yeah, that's.
Call it shepherd's pie.
Yeah, that's you have no business in the kitchen. You should probably leave now. That's thank you. Yeah.
Oh my god, too much. Hey, what else we made? We've been making that. All of a sudden, I discovered my wok again. I've been cooking in the wok again, man. Whoa, loving it, just loving it. Made a couple stir fries this week.
Well, so Chris Chris was the one that got me on that sesame oil, and now I can't stop.
Yeah, you
The
got
wok with the sesame. Everything is getting the sesame. So now those BC spot prawns I do, I will throw them in sesame oil and some really good rock salt. Leave them sit just in a bowl in the fridge for about an hour, and then I'll grill them over the open fire.
Oh yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
that. So we have like a Japanese roasted sesame oil from Evolution, and that gets inside of everything, and it just like, yeah. It's,
I'll tell you one thing about sesame oil, you don't want to overdo it though, man. All of a sudden you'll overdo it a little bit. It's like, wow, what the hell just happened here? But yeah, man, what a different flavor. Good stuff. Really good stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that nuttiness that you get from that sesame oil, especially the roasted sesame oil. It's got to be the roasted kind. The plain, it's fine, and it's actually really good to cook with. Like I'll add it to the wok, but give me the roasted stuff. That's going to give you that extra flavor, especially on noodles too. I've been loving that on, some lo mein noodles that I'll toss in there, and there doesn't have to be much else, but that's just comfort.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
I just ate dinner before we came on here. I'm starving again.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm trying to think of when I can fit that into my schedule to cook.
That's it.
I'm thinking about an hour.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the ramen, that'd be nice.
So what are some of the things, I know you touched on them a little bit, Ron, that are readily available that you can go to down there other than just seafood? So I know you could probably go down there and get any type of fish you want.
Hell yeah. We go down sometimes on the weekends because my girlfriend Lynn, she'll eat fish 24/7. If she had a choice, she would just eat fish the rest of her life. We'll go down sometimes when the fishing boats come in. Like a half-day drift boat or something like that. They'll come in, all of a sudden we'll buy like a whole snapper for $5 or $10 or something like that, just right off the boat or something like that. So, but yeah, I mean, the nice part about here, we're such a melting pot down here. There's so many different nationalities and things like that. Pretty much any corner you want, there's anything you can get almost anything that you really want here. From South American to they got killer. A lot of places are selling killer outside skirt steaks. Things like that. I mean, the other day I literally went a mile from my house and bought a 7.5 pound pig. I mean, we can literally get just about anything around here at any given time. It's just we're really fortunate like that because it's available. You may have to know where to look for some really weird things, but I mean, I had ostrich recently. We've had elk. I mean, it's just around here, gator. Everything.
That was no pig, first of all.
I want to do a whole gator.
Yeah, that's my dream cook. That's my bucket list cook is a whole gator.
I know. I think Javi was on here. Wasn't Big Javi on here before? And those guys go at it, man, down there. They his buddy did a gator just the other day, man.
Yeah, super skewer, man. He does some crazy stuff. Yeah.
If you guys aren't, those guys are. They are epic. They are like just epic, man. And like we think we're cool because we're cooking on big green eggs. We do all this really cool. I mean, listen, between three of us here, we do some pretty cool shit. These guys like Javi, he builds all his. He's a welder too, and he builds all his own. They did a whole cow a couple months back on the rack.
That's ridiculous.
What?
On the meat cross, yeah, man, that was wild. That was wild.
Yeah.
So is gator something that's pretty readily available down there?
Yeah, you can get it. Yeah. I think it's like a little bit seasonal, maybe. I think but I'm not. I've never gotten one myself, so I don't know. But yeah,
you guys have a couple of gator farms in Florida that breed for food and also for the leather. So,
I don't know. I know there's a big one just like 2 miles west of me. There's a big one. It's called the Everglades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like there are commercial gator farms.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like any other product. If there's a demand for it, they're gonna make a farm for it. They're gonna build it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's the one nice thing about the weather down here, though, is that they can do so many things year round and have it readily available. So that's one of the really nice things about living down here. Is that
the produce too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got killer produce, man.
Mm-hmm. Killer. It's not just protein. You look at all the. Do you have any like fruit trees at your house?
Tell them about my pineapple, Ron.
No. Oh, we got pineapple. Yeah, so what we do is we take our pineapples, we just cut the tops off them and stick the tops in dirt. And about a year to 2 years later, you got a pineapple growing out of the plant. So we grow pineapples. Mel, you shaking your head? What did I do? Did I do something with a pineapple to you?
You ate my pineapple. That was my pineapple.
That's right.
Lynn was like, I saved you a pineapple on the tree. Come down and eat it. And then here's Ron, best pineapple I ever ate. I'm like, you. Yeah.
But you know what's kind of cool is that my kids used to live with their mom up in New Jersey before they lived with me here. And when they came down on vacation one time, we pulled a couple coconuts out of the canal that had sprouted. So we planted them. And now they're huge trees. We get coconuts off of them all the time. The one tree right now probably has 30 coconuts on it, you know.
Wow.
But I mean, you know, I don't have any here on my property, but you know, my dad, he's got lemon trees, grapefruit trees. My aunt lives down in the Keys. She's got key lime trees. So yeah, I mean, it's real easy to grow. They're real easy to grow here. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
And then I've been trying to find a good wood company because I want to buy some of that. You know, when they trim the orange groves and stuff, I want to get some of that citrus wood. That's some good smoking wood right there.
Yep. That is what you need for the best jerk chicken wings of your life.
Oh yeah,
citrus wood smoked jerk chicken.
Was it you, Mel, that I was talking to recently about a jerk recipe? I need a really good jerk recipe. If anybody's got a super good one, I got a bunch.
Yeah, there's a couple. You got to put up with a bit of heat though, because you need the true Scotch bonnets.
I know that. Yeah.
Don't chicken shit with the habaneros. Everyone always, habaneros pretty close. No, it's not. Get it out of here. The Scotch bonnet makes that.
Well,
you have to.
All the farmers markets now have nice fresh Scotch bonnets out of too right now. So
we were talking about a good jerk recipe with Buddha because he's going to have one in his new book.
That's right. Yep.
For the turkey breast.
Oh yeah, all right.
Right.
I'll get with him then. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Having a conversation with maybe it was Chuck. I don't know. But if Buddha's got one, yeah, I'll go to him, man. You ain't missing with something that Buddha's got. That's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well,
that's pretty cool. His book's coming out before too long, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff, man.
Yeah, it'd be cool to see that and get some of his stuff in writing, especially since it's all brand new recipes too. So stuff that he hasn't had on his blog or Instagram. So if you haven't seen it, we'll give him a plug. Buddha, the 4 Fundamentals of Smoking.
Okay, yeah.
Comes out April 6th. That's Chris Sussman, Sussman. Amazon it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, jerk chicken is definitely a flavor profile that I love. Whether it's spatchcocked, you could beer can it, put it on wings.
I need it because through Art to Flame, I just got a box full of goat sent to the house. I got a goat shoulder and goat ground beef and goat. So I'm like, I really got to try and, I don't know, cover up that goat flavor. So I need something.
Yeah.
Well, you better get tight on your curry game then.
Right.
Yeah, curried goat with rice is to die for up here.
Yeah, so I still got to hit up Campbell because he just did that.
Actually, when Lisa was in labor with Scarlett, there's a Jamaican place right down the street from that hospital, which is like the best in Edmonton, and they were able to skip the dishes right to the delivery room. So I was eating curried goat and hot canned beef patties while she was having a baby. It was so awesome.
Yeah, you sent me that picture of you in the delivery room. Mel's sitting there in the chair next to the bed. He's got 2 big styrofoam trays on his lap. He's like, I got curried beef. I got this, and I'm like, do you have a baby? Oh no,
Yeah.
Daughter,
but I got goat.
I had nurses from other floors coming over just to see. They're like, "This is awesome. This is how you do it right here. This is They're like, we're too scared to bring that into the lunchroom. I'm like, I don't care. I don't. This is fantastic. They won't deliver over here, so this is
They won't deliver to the delivery room. What?
Yeah. Well, no, they delivered to they won't deliver to my house. So I was close. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Really make me laugh. So, and
yeah. There's so many other things. So, how have you guys been liking that Brazilian charcoal? Have you guys tried it?
Yeah.
I like it. It's lighter, so I feel like it's less dense than some of the other charcoals I've used.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's been cooking hot. It's been working out well.
Yeah. It lights like that.
Nice.
I find it lights faster. I liked it, man. I didn't notice too much of a different flavor or anything like that. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to try it out. It's still, you know what? You know the process up here in Canada.
Yeah, we'll have it by 2022.
Yeah.
Give or take.
They wait till the demand is run out in the U.S. and they just ship the rest of it up there to you guys.
Yeah.
That's how.
All right.
Well, it's funny. Chris had sent me stickers and a Christmas card
Yes.
that I got in March.
Really?
Yeah, he's like literally. I said that before Christmas, and I got it in.
I think we were a little bit later this year than what we normally are. So I think they maybe went out like a week or two before Christmas, and you got yours in March.
Amazing. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Darren, what does that tell you? Duke got the Brazilian before Mel did. So what does that tell you right there?
Oh, your jealousy is showing.
I know. Well, that's everyone gets new toys. Yeah. Everyone gets new toys all the time, and I still got that neat little flashlight though. I like that thing. It's super bright, hey? Have you ever turned that thing on?
The little magnetic one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy crap, is that thing bright? I gave it to my kid thinking, oh, whatever, right? And then she comes in the middle of the night, poof! I'm like, holy shit, cops! That's like right away. It's just her status. Yeah.
It does work well. Yes, I know. I have a whole list of people that I have to sell or send those stickers to. I don't think I even sent any to Ron. I know Ron some. I have everybody's address. I just can't. Are you
talking about your stickers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been lazy.
Don't worry, Darren. They're not as cool as mine, so they're okay.
That's not even the shiny, sparkly one.
This is where Darren's gonna pop up and be like, "You didn't send me yours either."
Oh,
Shem, I think I have that. I think you sent that to me.
Oh, I did? Good. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, no. Hurry up. Send a couple more. I want to.
Yeah.
That's. Yeah.
I've got like this envelope full of barbecue stickers. Like one day I'm gonna have to buy like 84 Yetis so I can cover them all in all these stickers.
I have all mine too. They're all just sitting there. I have to actually put them on my Yeti. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
You know what I saw one guy did? He took them and he just got these big picture frames and just laid them all out in the picture frames. He actually hangs them on that wall. I'm like, man, that looks pretty cool, man. That was actually really pretty neat. I liked it.
One of the millwrights at work, he gets antique stickers from oil rigs and stuff like that up here.
Yeah.
He gets the roll of, it's like a magnetic paper off of Amazon. So it's like it's what the backing of magnets are made of.
Right.
With the white front, and then he puts a sticker on it, and then he takes an X-Acto knife and carves the sticker out.
Uh-huh.
So he takes a sticker and turns it into a magnet.
I just wait till Sticker Mule has them on sale.
Yeah, there's that too. Yep. Well, I have a whole file folder of old hookup stickers from a skateboard company from like the 80s and the 90s. And I could never commit to a piece of equipment I trusted long enough that it would be in my life forever.
Uh-huh.
So like my fridges, now I'm looking at the sticker collection on my deep freezes. And if a motor blows in the deep freeze, I am forced to fix it to keep the stickers. Either that or I'll have because no one's going to take that many off. So now I'm committed to these damn freezers. Like this.
That's why I never put them on a refrigerator. Never put them on. I'm even afraid to put them on a Yeti. I'm like, my luck, that'll be the only Yeti ever that broke.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, right? So my Pelican cooler is completely covered in it. My Pelican cooler weighs 300 pounds empty.
Oh,
it is my least favorite cooler.
They are heavy as hell, man. They're heavy.
And it's always just me. Like that's when we go any trip, right? The wife's like, "Have you packed the truck yet?" You know, at high blood pressure, I'm out there, just wet. Okay, I got all my stuff ready at the front door. I'm like, I didn't just pack it all already. There's more coming. Like,
I got a hernia already. We're not even done.
doesn't make any, you know what I mean, right? But then I look at that damn Pelican cooler. I'm like, I don't even want to mess with you. I'd rather bring a cheap light cooler than deal with that stupid Pelican. I will tell you this: it keeps ice for 14 days.
Yeah, man.
It's no joke. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. It just weighs 300 pounds.
Part of that's because it's 10 degrees below zero up there. So
yeah, I was going to agree with that 100%, Chris. You just nailed it on the head. I'm like, here's 4 or 5 days.
Mel's cooler actually makes ice.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Mel puts shit in his cooler to keep it warm.
Right.
He throws that Pelican in the back of the Hummer and just goes womp.
I got a question for you. This is an honest question. I read on one of the Facebook groups. How long do you guys hold briskets and pork butts in the cooler wrapped? What's the longest you've ever held one?
8 hours.
And then served it?
Yeah, and I opened it up and it was steaming. It was in a Cambro. But yeah, 8 hours, opened it up, sliced it, it was still steaming.
I've done them for about 5 hours before, like when I pull them off, like right before I go to work, and then I serve it at lunch for work.
Yep. Because I'm not gonna give any names, but there was a very prestigious barbecue person who had said 8 hours. They prefer to rest a brisket at least 4 to 6.
I mean, you don't have to call me prestigious, but yeah, that's what I.
No, it wasn't you, Ron. It was someone else that was like way up there. And I was surprised they would commit to a comment like that. I was actually surprised that they not only did they throw it out there, they had naysayers right away, and they actually doubled down on it. And I was like, wow.
I will say that one of them that I've had to hold in there for 5 to 6 hours maybe got a little bit, past done by the time I took it out. So instead of getting the nice slices, I ended up having to chop it, which, it was for like a potluck at lunch and, at work anyway. So the chopped brisket sandwiches were probably a better application for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still tasted really good, but yeah, it maybe ended up getting a little bit more over, so I had to chop it instead.
That can happen. That can happen.
Yep.
Yeah. So in that, if you had to hold it that long, if you were planning to hold for 6 to 8 hours, would you pull it at like 198?
Well, you know what? I don't think that I planned on holding it for that long. Plans changed after I did it, so that's why. So I pulled it at regular temperature, But I think if I remember correct, my memory serves me correctly. I think the same thing happened to me, Chris. That happened to you is that it wound up getting a little bit over, and the flat was more breaking apart than it was slicing smoothly, But of course, that was for my sister's. That's my sister's. What do you call it? Wedding rehearsal. Her rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
They had me do the whole thing, so all of a sudden things got changed, and I'm like cutting it. I'm like, oh man, I'm so embarrassed by this. And everybody's like, this is the greatest barbecue we've ever eaten in our lives. I'm like, oh my god, if you only knew.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I don't know. I for my overnight cooks, right? I have such a time constraint with the family and everything else. How wicked would it be to knock that out earlier in the day, be able to finish it like 1 a.m, throw it in there, and then wake up in the morning, slice it, and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought 3-4 hours was max. I never thought to take it past that.
I mean, I would not have done it on purpose like that. I think it was a couple of things that happened as I got some really nice, super good prime briskets. I think they cooked faster than I thought they were going to, and then the hour of the party got changed by a little bit too, so it just kind of threw everything off. But it was an accident. But what's good to know though now? Good to know that I can do that. Doesn't hurt to know. I found a lot of cool stuff on accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's me using the leftover butter from my epic seafood meal at Christmas. on my turkey because I ended up making almost like a compound butter and saving it because Ukrainian me can't throw out perfectly good butter that's like still warm. So I used it on the turkey that I smoked, and the turkey tasted freaking insane. It was nuts. That happened to me also. This started with the octopus stuffed in the turkey.
Oh yeah.
Because that octopus that I cooked was the best grilled octopus I've ever done over the fire using turkey grease to baste it.
Nice.
And it seared up so nice. It was almost on fire. It was like sizzling, but quick sear. And then onto the plate, like, oh, it was. Yeah.
So did you use the turkey grease that you had already greased with the seafood grease?
No, the stuffed octopus was 2 years earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was like, wow. Full circle.
Yeah, it feeds the chicken nugget to the chicken. Yes. All right. After the chicken has eaten the chicken nugget, you wait for the egg. That's
the circle of life, baby.
and then you batter the chicken nugget with the egg. That's it. That's yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, exactly. That's
where have we gone here, man?
Why does this chicken nugget taste like a boot? Yeah, that's yeah. Up in Canada, that means a delicacy, by the way. A boot.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
A boot?
Yeah.
I thought it was a boot 17 degrees.
Below is very cold out. Very cold out. Yeah.
No, that's one nice thing.
Yeah.
I tried not to rub it into my northern friends this year too much about grilling year round.
Yeah, we're
starting
to get a little warmer. I mean, the biggest thing here is that we're actually getting lighter. So, the sun is still out at 7 o'clock. It's great. So.
That's salty tail. That's my man. Ninja.
Awesome. There you go.
He's the guy. He's got an awesome YouTube channel, and he does all the camera and editing work for the Fogo videos.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Real
awesome.
good guy.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff coming up. That's for sure. Mel and I have seen chickens head feed to a chicken.
Never go to Toronto. That's all I'm going to say. You go to Toronto, you see everything.
Orenda Pronto or a level Toronto.
That's
Yeah.
Chicken
heads fed to a chicken.
Chicken heads fed to a chicken. That was the wonderful dinner that Ted Reeder put on for us, where he had hidden chicken heads in a Nashville hot, deep fried, and it was just whatever you're biting into it. If you get a beak, you get a beak. It is what it is.
Sounds like a McDonald's burger.
No, it was actually pretty cool. It was yeah. They were hot. But yeah, no, I like the weird stuff, Ron. I can't help it. I'm a big fan of the
I know you are. That's cool though,
unusual.
Man. But see, I think that's cool. I really do. I really think that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
The pork tongue tacos I had the other day, fantastic. I don't know why people don't cook a lot more pork tongue. I see the cow tongue all the time.
Yeah.
Pork tongue is fantastic.
Yeah.
Someone told me today that you can smoke it whole, and it's quite phenomenal. So I would like to try that.
It's just hard to keep the papers wet. Oh no, different. Never mind. Different. Sorry. Oh my God. Right.
Oh, Kelch is in the house.
Oh boy.
There you go. Yo.
Oh.
Oh, fantastic.
There you go. Yep.
So yeah, Ron, you were talking. You have a couple of big things coming up in the near future.
Yeah, well, one thing, with Fogo, I can't talk too much about it, but let's just say you might want to keep an eye on the Fogo account. They're going to have a massive contest coming June with some pretty cool prizes, and it's going to be pretty epic. So if you're not keeping an eye on the Fogo charcoal account, you might want to start looking at that and getting some ideas ready on some cool shit to cook. So,
right on.
Yeah, other than that, it's just it's kind of neat. I've been pretty blessed. Those of you that don't know, I've been really blessed because of where I live, not just because of the weather, but I happen to live near a bunch of big barbecue things, and I've really became good friends with Fogo, and I work full time for them now, as my career. You know?
Oh wow, good for you.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really turned into something cool. We make 2 videos a week. We handle social media, and it's just kind of cool to be involved with something inside the industry, and been having a lot of fun with it. That's for sure.
Right on. That's awesome.
People think it's this big giant company. It's a family run company, and it's some cool stuff that we're going to start talking about a little bit more. And natural and just really cool stuff that I'm proud to be associated with. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, I know Sebastian's a sweetheart, man. He's amazing.
Nicest guy.
I've had a couple of great phone conversations with him. I can't wait to meet him. I cannot wait to meet him.
Yeah, just the nicest guy you want to meet. Just a real guy. You wouldn't know. Just like having a conversation just like this. You can talk about anything. Just a good guy. They're all like amazing. They're all like that in there. So it's really it's been really nice. It's been nice for me through the pandemic because my job before entailed traveling 2 to 3 weeks of the month. So when traveling stopped, my job stopped. So this was a real blessing. And so for me, the pandemic's been a wonderful thing. It's changed my career path. It's allows me to do something I love and send my daughter to college and pay my bills with it. So it's
yeah, it's fantastic. To kind of be able to combine your passion with everything else. That's a neat thing, or a neat thing to have. It makes it a lot easier to go to work every day.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, especially because I only have to go to the office once a week, so I go to work. I leave my bedroom, go into the office, and walk into the room next door, and I'm at work. So that's cool.
That's great.
But it's so cool. And again, another cool thing that's coming up too is that I don't know if you guys are familiar with Grill Girl Robin. She's got a pretty big blog and everything like that, and she's taken me on as a contributor, and I'll be contributing once a month to her blog. She quit her full-time job and everything like that. She just does barbecue, and she's built her platform into a big enough thing now that and what I really like about it is it's all focused around like educating and helping people, not just this is what I did. It gets further into the details of how to do it and just support and help. And that's what, I think the 3 of us on this call right here are really pretty passionate about doing that. I love helping people. I'm just, for me, that helps me. When somebody asks me a question, that helps me more than it helps them because I'm just like, I'm flattered and I'm honored to be able to help somebody, Mm-hmm. I know you guys are really accessible too. And it's just, it's really cool. I think it's just really cool.
Yeah, that's great. Robin's fantastic. She's a sweetheart too, but she's doing big things. She's building her robot ranch, so she's got a lot going on right now. So that's really cool to see.
Yeah, no doubt. Her dad lives right near me. Her dad's involved in barbecue and everything. He's a competition. Okay. Regular barbecue competitions, SCA. It's just the whole thing is just really cool, man. There's so much cool shit happening.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on up here. Not gonna lie.
Well,
what are you talking about, man? I think you got more going on than anybody up there.
Yeah, I think we would be remiss if before we end if we don't talk about your upcoming event that we have going on for your mouth on April 17th.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's for locals, all 2 of you that are on here. Yeah, that's it. It's pretty cool. The brew house is a big brewery out here, or a big pub, I should say. They got kind of split levels and stuff. They're a chain, but really big. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Brisket, pulled pork, quarter chickens, doing some sausages.
How have you found the learning curve going to that monster? Has it been?
Well, I have my 125 gallon, which I've worked on a ton, right? But
yeah, this is a different animal than that, right?
It's hungrier. Yeah. It's a lot hungrier. No joke, man. It's every half hour, every 40 minutes. You're constantly adding. But that being said, the steel is super thick. That was one of the things I picked relic old tanks to use.
Right.
I made sure I insulated the firebox like a forge, so it's like I had the math worked out when I built it, for this kind of thing. So I couldn't even imagine if I hadn't insulated that firebox what it would take to keep that thing warm. It would be insane. Like I think it would be impossible almost. It would be impossible. But feeding it the wood the way that I had it, 225, 250 locked in all day long. Right. I went from 7 a.m. to midnight.
Nice.
And just straight and sitting back there, and it was a blast. Honestly, it's not a lot of work. You're sitting there, right? You're sitting there, you're tending the fire, you're checking things, spritzing things. It's not so bad. But I'm going to be doing a lot of cooks on there between now and then, just fine-tuning my craft there and doing that stuff. But it's definitely lighting it the first time and cooking something on it for the first time was... It's hard to explain when you have that much tied up in it.
Yeah.
And literally building it without ever seeing one. Mm-hmm. Only on the internet. I've never put my hands on one of those in my life.
Really?
Well, because there's none up here.
Yeah.
I'm not in Texas.
I didn't watch the build video. Is it a reverse flow? I don't even know.
No, it's a straight offset. So okay. Firebox, grates, and then up the pipe.
Right.
And it was a huge leap of faith, right? Just knowing how it, and bang, it's.
You reach out to a bunch of different people, like Texas guys and stuff, to find out what.
A couple. Not gonna lie, the big boys all just were like, no. Which is whatever. I get it. That's their business, but I'm not in Texas. I'm not trying to cut anybody's grass.
You're like, about as far as I can be from you.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, man, it's I couldn't even explain to you the happiness I had when it did exactly what it was supposed to do. And that brisket, like, it fucking rung. Like, I was, you know what I mean? For the first one, it was like, okay, well, I guess there you have it. Didn't wrap it or nothing, right? Just straight up.
Straight through.
No, straight through. And
that's something Mel and I were talking about, too, is that in the next week or two, we want to do a show here centered completely around that smoker where we kind of talk about Mel's build process, his thought process. We might have a couple of the guys that he's chatted with about it to help him get there, kind of touch base on his cook process and his learning curve. He's got to learn a little bit more about that before he can speak to the learning curve yet, obviously. So that's something that, you guys should look forward to within the next, I'd say, 2-3 weeks. That'll be something that we want to tackle, because I think that'd be a good show to talk about and kind of give you the behind the scenes of, not just cooking on the smoker, but building the smoker and how that came to fruition for him.
There's I've never built one. I've had a couple small offsets, but I know that I got just mad respect for you because there's just so much involved. People wouldn't think that there's that much involved in it's just big tank. There's so much involved in planning it and executing it and doing it. It's pretty amazing, man. I'm excited for you.
Yeah, man. I was hard to explain. I'm looking forward to trying.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
And
if you have you have an oak tree in your front yard, I'm sorry, but if you see me walking down the street with an axe, I'm terribly sorry, but this is where we're at now. That's
like 6 months from now, there's not going to be a tree on Mel's block anywhere.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're all gone now. That's
we're gonna hey, it's going to turn around, Mel. We're going to have the news down here to and then encountered it today. Trees are disappearing from a small town.
Yeah.
Yes. That's hilarious.
Just as a reminder to everybody, too, for people that haven't been able to catch us here or want to catch up on old shows, we do have the podcast live on Apple Podcasts. It is also on Amazon Podcast. Search for After the Cook Podcast following that. And you'll be able to, I think we got like 9 or 10 of them up already. So you can go back, kind of listen to some of our old ones. You'll be able to listen to this one within the week. And, listen to us on your way back and forth to work, while you're cooking, all that other kind of stuff. Subscribe and give us that 5-star rating.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, don't forget to tell them, too, that if they want to listen to it and they want to subscribe to it, the first thing I have to do is go on to Instagram and follow at Captn Ron 302. So that's it.
There you go. First step.
Very, very important.
Chris, I forgot I was going to tell you I did a quick little facelift on our After the Cook on Instagram.
Oh, really?
So you can go on there, and our website is right on there now for After the Cook, and that links to everything right through there, through whatever Podbean or whatever it is, and yeah, it's all there. It's ready to go.
That's fantastic. Yeah, so just go to the After the Cook Instagram page. The link is right there.
Right there. Done deal.
Very, very cool.
Right on. All right, boys. Well, this was fantastic. This was short and sweet in the whole 9 yards.
We're done?
Yep. I think
it's all my bedtime.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to go drink by myself in the yard for a half an hour before the wife figures out that I'm not on this thing anymore. And then I get yelled at.
Get your half hour quiet.
I was going to go cut down his neighbor's fence because he's got a brisket and some pork butts to cook tomorrow.
You got to find pork somehow.
That's it.
Is that okay?
Oh, man.
Mel, is that a cat?
Anybody on here ever finds himself, I see TJ Cannon's on here. He's down here visiting Florida right now. It's about 4 hours away. I can't see him. But anybody ever finds himself down in South Florida, look me up here, man. I always love cooking with anybody that comes around town.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ever in the South Florida area, make sure and look me up. We can socially distance. I got enough grills out here. We can get a whole crowd of us and
there you go.
For each other.
Yeah. I call the pool. That's it. Yeah. 6 feet. I call the pool.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right, gentlemen. Well, you guys have a wonderful night. Ron, thanks for coming on.
Oh, man, you guys, thank you so much for asking me. I really appreciate it. It's a privilege to be on here with you guys. I really appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Awesome. You guys be well.
Cheers.
We'll see you next Tuesday, buddy.
Okay. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.